This video will introduce you to federal and state court systems in the United States. We'll discuss federalism, then the federal court system, and state court systems. So what is federalism? Federalism is about government power. Federalism means that power is divided between a national government and state or provincial governments. In the United States, power is divided between the national government in Washington, D.C., and state governments, such as the state government in New York. We call the national government in Washington, D.C., the federal government. In addition to the national government in Washington, D.C., there are governments in each state, so 50 state governments. Because of federalism, there are some powers that belong to the federal government and some powers that belong to the state governments. For example, the federal government can regulate trade between the states. Another power of the federal government is to declare war. States have power too. States have their own laws and their own police. States generally run their own schools. Some powers are shared. Both federal and state governments have the power to tax. And because of federalism, there are both federal and state legal systems in the United States. Let's take a look at the federal court system. Trial-level federal courts are called United States District Courts. Intermediate appellate courts are called Circuit Courts of Appeal, and the highest court is the Supreme Court of the United States. There are United States District Courts located in each state. The courts are organized by geography in circuits. For example, the Second Circuit includes district courts located in Connecticut, New York, and Vermont. So an appeal from a United States District Court in New York will be directed to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. But United States District Courts in California are located in the Ninth Circuit. So an appeal from a United States District Court in California will be directed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And appeals from all circuit courts are directed to the Supreme Court of the United States. Now we'll introduce state court systems. Remember, because of federalism, we have both federal and state courts. Although different states have different names for their courts, every state has a trial-level court, most states have an intermediate appellate court, and every state has its highest level state court. The highest level state court is usually called the state Supreme Court. The intermediate court is usually called the Court of Appeals or the Appellate Division, and state trial level courts are usually called superior courts. To summarize, federalism divides power between federal and state governments. As a result, there are both federal and state court systems. Federal courts are grouped geographically in circuits. Circuit courts of appeal hear appeals from the trial level district courts. Each state also has a court system with trial and appellate level courts.